Yes, people. I got to be the fall guy today. You know what I'm saying? I got to be the fall guy today because you know what I'm saying. Like I just see and hear some things that it's kind of disturbing and troubling because it's kind of rampant and a lot of stuff has been like kind of cliche and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But basically, I just wanna. Hmm, I hate to do it, man. I hate to be the one because the one that goes out usually, you know, one solo, head chop off. But I'm gonna say what I want to say anyway, and I don't know you, so I don't care what your opinion is about it, really. But listen, all of this stuff about men not being a man and these type of statements or whatever, whatever, and because you know, from what I hear, is like, okay, the man is supposed to, come in, sweep you off your feet, take care of all your responsibilities, your bills, and this, that, and the third. And if he doesn't do that, then he's not a man. He's not a man if he doesn't do that. He's not a man if he doesn't come in and sweep you off your feet and take care of all your bills and responsibilities and all of those type of things. All of a sudden, he's not a man. you know and then there's references made about how things used to be. Well, this is 2019, and if you notice, the men who used to work really hard and take care of their whole family, and you know they work themselves to death. That's number one. You understand what I'm saying? And they work themselves to death, for their family, and for to try to bring some type of joy or enjoyment or something to their wife or the woman whoever they was with or whatever. And in most cases, I find that the woman was ungrateful anyway. They never really got the proper thanks or anything like that, But that's a whole nother subject. So this is 2019. You understand what I'm saying? Now, do you understand that next year we as a people are slated to be at zero wealth in 2020? That's what the economists say about we as a black nation, right? Okay. Now, the women run around with the concept of, like I said, if a man is not giving you all this and giving you all that and doing all of these things that you think that a man should do, he is not a man. So you sit around, you you play picky choosy and all that kind of stuff, and there's no good men out here, and blah 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 blah, all the cliche stuff that we always hear about men, and how we lacking and slacking and we ain't doing this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? So you get wrapped up in the whole cliche thing. But here's the reality, though. Here's the reality. And we have to ask the question, like, yo, okay, so when a man does all of these great, wonderful things for you, right? What does a man get in return? Because I rarely hear that part of the argument. You know what I mean? Like, okay, yeah, a man got to do this, he got to do that, and blah, 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 and da, 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 da. You know what I mean? What does a man get in return? That's my question. Because from what I see, the only thing that a man really gets in return is the goody good, right? That's it. You know what I mean? Because a lot of men that are actually doing that kind of thing don't get respect. You understand what I'm saying? In fact, they get disrespect. They're dealing with ungratefulness. They're dealing with hatefulness. You know what I mean? They're dealing with a woman's past resentments and things of that nature. You understand what I'm saying? And it's just amazing to me, you know what I'm saying, how, women have these unrealistic expectations. Because here's the thing. If you got, the guys, the men that are in a position, right, to do what some of the women say, a man is supposed to do, right? The men that are in that position, right? It's not the masses of the men, right? So I guess everybody else who's not in a position to do that is all fuckboys. Now, what happens is you're gonna end up alone and by yourself at 50, 60, 70 years old, still waiting on this wonderful guy who's gonna come and sweep you off your feet. In the meantime, the longer you abstain from, you know, camaraderie with a man or whatever, don't you know you lose that ability and you lose touch with how to even relate to a man? You understand what I'm saying? If you sitting there and you buzzing it up and dildoing up and all that kind of stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like eventually you become so detached from a man, you don't even know how to deal with a man. This is the reality of what's happening, and the bigger consequence is the destruction of the family. Is the family unit important anymore? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just trying to figure that out. Like, does that matter anymore? You know, and the measure of a man is his money or his earning potential or his ability to make things easier for you. That's the measure of a man. That's how you measure a man. A lot of y'all are going to be lonely and old women and bitter old women. You should talk to some of the 70-year-old women who have that same mindset and that same mentality that you're talking about right now, right? They're alone by themselves. They're always angry. They're always miserable. You know what I'm saying? Many of them are, even in their 70s, they still drama queens. You know what I mean? Because there's nothing else for them to do. You know what I mean? And they chose that same stupid mentality that says, yo, you know, I can do bad by myself. I don't need a man. This, that, and the third. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. There's not enough men out here, local or otherwise, that's in the position that you're talking about, right? To do all of the things that you say should define him as a man. It's just unrealistic. You know what I mean? So a lot of you lovely ladies are going to be like by yourself, alone, many of you for the rest of your life, because you're too stubborn and you have these unrealistic expectations of what a man is and what a man's supposed to do for you to make your life happy. And but I never hear you guys say anything about what you're gonna do for the man. Like, oh, I'm gonna, yeah, that's right. Oh, I'm gonna, you know, I'm gonna take care of the kids, or I'm gonna, you know, be nice to him, or whatever the case is. You know, it's not enough. It's not enough. You know what I mean? Men we're kind of simplistic in one aspect. Every man needs certain comforts, right? And every man needs respect, right? Manners and respect. That's really what it's about for us as men, like, right? Manners and respect. But a lot of you ladies out there y'all have this real hateful thing going on towards men. You understand what I'm saying? And I understand that, yeah, men black men are behind the ball. That's for sure. There's no doubt about it. And I'm not going to make any excuses about it. Bad choices, different things, bad decisions, all this kind of stuff. But there is other things at play and at work, you know what I mean, that causes black men in particular to be in a position that they are. You understand what I'm saying? But you shouldn't be so quick to dismiss, a hardworking man. You understand what I'm saying? You know, because you have these unrealistic expectations. Like I said, there's not enough men in a certain position to go around. You know what I mean? Those men that's in that position, you know what they doing? They juggling women like this. You see what I'm saying? Because when y'all come with that talk about how a man's supposed to do this dudes see it as game. That's how men internalize it as a game. Oh, she kicking that old, this, that, and the third. You understand what I'm saying? They recognize it immediately. You know what I mean? Many of you have a terrible attitude. Y'all have a terrible attitude. You know what I mean? Your whole way of thinking, everything is just warped and off. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's these false reality TV shows or whatever the case is. But I'm telling you, you're going to be alone and by yourself, all because you're being stubborn and you have this unrealistic expectation. You know what I mean? You have a very unrealistic expectation. So I'm trying to help some of y'all, whoever's got a listening ear, that, because I know many of y'all don't like to listen. That's a fact. But, I'm just telling you, you need to rethink some things about you know, the rest of your life. You know what I mean? The next course of your life, how your life is going, in what direction and everything. You know what I mean? And stop being selfish. You understand what I'm saying? Stop being selfish. Because there's good men out here that is ready and willing, hardworking men. You know what I mean? Men that have achieved things and all of that. You know what I mean? It may or may not be, on a level that you think is, will suffice for you, specifically. You understand what I'm saying? But don't lose out on a good opportunity to have a great partner. You understand what I'm saying? Someone that you can grow old with and things of that nature, you know. Because trust me, many of y'all have been sitting around for, 3 and 4 and 5 years. You're already in your 40s. You're already in your 40s. So, as beautiful as you are, as wonderful as you are, where is this man that you're waiting on that has everything that you possibly could think of that's going to come and sweep you off? Where is he? Where is he? You understand what I'm saying? That's the question. Like, where is this guy? You know what I mean? Where is this guy? Because it's almost like the same thing as some people waiting on. Well, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. But you know, we gotta deal with reality. You know what I mean? Because these type of things, it affects the family. You understand what I'm saying? It affects the family. You know, and I didn't want to get too deep with the thing. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just telling you, if you are one of those women that think or have it in your mind that you're waiting on this Superman that's going to come down and do all of these great, you're sadly mistaken. And you're going to live your life year after year after year after year waiting on the perfect man that basically really doesn't exist. And if he does exist, he's got about 20 of you. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, I mean, really, so I'm just saying, like, ladies, be mindful of following these little cliche, stupid sayings and, you know, and preconceived or, predetermined, uh, predetermined ways of how you think about how a man's supposed to be or a man should be or what they should do for you. You understand what I'm saying? And sometimes focus on yourself and what you can bring to the table. Because, yeah, a lot of women are in better positions than men out here. Everybody knows it. But do you have to beat men down because of it? Or badger men because of it? Or try to emasculate men because of it? You understand? Give thanks. Okay, you're more educated than your male counterparts. It's a fact. Y'all have more college education. A lot of y'all, you have your own houses and you got you've been working at your job for, 20, 15, 30 years, whatever. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all more stable, you know. And if you know anything about nature, you would know that men and women differ in this way. Look at a little boy and look at a little girl, right? Just in school, right? Just something as simple as school, right? And you'll see that the little girl, she does her homework, she does her assignments, she's right on point, she's attentive, she everything, right? Nobody don't really have to say much to her. Her behavior is on point. But look at the little boy. That's what he's doing. He's looking over here. He's over there. He's, you know what I mean? He's full of excitement. He's ready to run. He's ready to, that's nature. You understand what I'm saying? Like nothing is gonna change that. That's nature. So yeah, women develop in certain ways, in a lot of ways, quicker than men. You understand what I'm saying? That's a fact. That's a fact. You know what I mean? Women are more meticulous than men. Women are more methodical than men. You understand what I'm saying? And all of that. That's a natural thing. Nothing is gonna change that. You know what I mean? But don't sell yourself short by following some of these women out here who are angry as hell, you know, who feel like they don't need a man because they got a buzzer. You understand what I'm saying? Who feel like, they're gonna sit and wait for this great guy to drop out of the sky. It's just unrealistic. You know what I mean? Like, get yourself a good guy. You understand? Somebody that's gonna care for you in the ways that are really important. Yes, finance is important. Finance is very important. It's very, very important. And many relationships are destroyed because of finance or the lack of finance, I should say, you know, and things of that nature. But people, it's got to be bigger than, you know, money. You understand what I'm saying? It's got to be bigger than money. And I know some people's like, man, listen, you need money for everything. Hey, no argument here. I love money, regardless to what people say. Oh, money's the root of evil. No, no, I don't subscribe to no money being the root of all evil. That's a trick that somebody told you so you would be okay with being poor. No, money. I ain't into that. Money is the root of all evil and all that stupid shit. You need money to live. You need money to do anything that you want to do. That's gonna bring you fun and joy for the most part. Not all, not in totality, but for them, if you want to travel, you gotta have money. You gotta have money for lodging and food and clothing and shelter. You gotta have money. You want to go out, go hang out. Every time you step out of your house, you're spending money. So don't misunderstand what I'm saying. That is, But what I'm saying is you're placing so much emphasis on money and what a person have to do for you monetarily. You understand what I'm saying? That you're missing out of all the other great aspects of a man. You know what I mean? There's no reason for, because I know too many single ladies that's out here and everything, and they all pretty much have the same talk. Well, I've been through what I've been through, and I'm not going to just let a man come in and dog me out and all that. And you're bringing everything that a man has ever done to you, you're bringing to the new guy. So it's like the new guy don't have a chance, because guess what you do? As soon as the new guy step on the scene, you know what you hit him with? Well, I need a man that's going to pay my bills and so that, and blah, 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 blah. Right? And then you have this attitude with yourself, you know, and all of that, People, we got to get back to the basics. You understand what I'm saying? Because we're talking about a nation. This selfish thing has got to stop. We're talking about a nation of people. You understand? And if you're sitting there thinking that the way how you're thinking, you understand what I'm saying? Like, we ain't going nowhere. You understand what I'm saying? We're not going nowhere. And it's not a competition thing. No man can compete with a woman, and no woman can compete with a real man. It's just simple. So it's not a competition thing. You know what it is? It's a let's work together to build this, that, or the other. That's what it's about. You understand what I'm saying? That's what it's about. Irregardless to where a man may be in his life at any given time, trust me, there's nothing that motivates a good man like a good woman. Bottom line. You understand what I'm saying? And you have the power to really produce the man that you want, you know what I mean, to help mold and shape and fashion a man that you really want. You understand what I'm saying? You do have that power, you know what I mean, if it's used properly. but you can't play games and you can't be disrespectful and you can't, try to emasculate a man. There's always going to be a clash. And all this stuff about a man being the head of his household, if he's the head of his household, he's got to be paying all the bill. That's that's dumb. You understand what I'm saying? Because again, you're equating a man and what a man is according to, I know you might say, his ability to provide, but it's not even that. You're equating a man to how much money he got and how he can make your life easier. And that's where you're going wrong. You understand what I'm saying? This is 2019. This is not 1930. You know what I'm saying? Most of those men back then, they worked themselves into an early grave. That's why the women lived till they was 80 and something, 80, 90 years old. And they husbands, if you notice, they husband died at 50. You understand what I'm saying? They worked themselves to death for an ungrateful woman, a woman who was never grateful or thankful in most cases. That's what happened. You understand what I'm saying? And the men nowadays, they're not having it. You know what I mean? Women fought for all of these. I know you didn't fight for it personally, but women fought for it on your behalf about all this equality and how you want to be equal and this, that, and the third. And now you don't like it. Now you don't like it. You know what I mean? But we're so far removed from back in the days. You understand what I'm saying? The whole society, the way everything is set up is just totally different. Right now, in most households, it takes two incomes if people really want to live a good life. You know what I mean? Now, how many men are really out there that's got all this money where they're gonna come in and just take over? That's why you're still by yourself. Because there's not enough for those men that's in that position to go around. And then some of you are so silly, you like, well, fuck it, I'll just be by myself. Be by yourself for the rest of your life for no apparent reason? That's the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life. Why would you want to spend the rest of your life alone by yourself? You know, why wouldn't you want someone to, you know, I just don't get it. Like, what is the point of that? You know what I mean? It's like you're punishing yourself, all because your mentality is warped. Your thinking is warped. Anytime you can fix your mouth to say a man is not a man unless he's coming in and he's taking care of 100% of everything, and then he's not a man. He's not a man. I mean, listen here. When I was born, when my mother gave birth to me, I was born a man. I was born a man child. You know what I mean? So all of this stupid stuff that women talking about, oh, he didn't do this, he's not a man, blah 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 blah. He is a man. He may not be a good man for you, or he may not be. Uh, he may be a man with bad habits, or a man with, you know, whatever that you don't like. But a man is a man. A man is a man. Y'all gotta stop all this tearing down men bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of women cause a lot of problems with men. But nobody talks about that aspect of it. A lot of women cause problems with men. You see? But nobody talk. It's like it's taboo. It's like it's a no, you can't say nothing about that. You can't talk about that part. The bottom line is a man need to do what a man need to do. That's it. We don't want to hear nothing else. We don't want to hear about the obstacles. We don't want to hear about the trials. We don't want to hear about the tribulations. We don't want to hear about the disrespect, the stress. You understand what I'm saying? The 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 systematic emasculation of the man. Nobody wants to talk about it. Nobody wants to deal with it. Why? Because it's convenient to just say, hey, pull yourself up by your bootstraps, right? Or to tell you that simply, well, you're a man. You're a man. You're supposed to have this, that, and the third together. You're a man. You're a man. Yeah, you're right. I am a man. I'm definitely a man. You understand what I'm saying? But This other stuff that you're talking about, you need to really take another look. And please take a look at yourself. Take a look at yourself. Because many of y'all have some very, very bad behavior. Very, very bad behavior towards men. You're scorned, you're hurt, you're bringing all of this baggage and all that kind of stuff. Listen, it's ridiculous. It's got to stop. There's a whole nation that's broken and torn apart because of some stupid mentality and stupid mindset. When we rise together. There's no me without you. Do you understand that? Like, there's no me without you, you know? But you with your machine and your buzzer, and it fulfills you and satisfies you in a certain way or whatever, enough for you to just say, hey, I don't need a man, I'm all right, right? But the longer you abstain from being with a man, you will not know how to deal with the proper man when he comes your way. And many of you have a stink, nasty attitude when it comes on to men. And you're missing your blessing because guess what? You don't know who the man is with that potential to be everything that you want because you won't give a man a chance to show and prove. And you don't have the patience. You don't have the patience. This is a microwave society. Everything has to be boom, instant. If it's not instant, then it's like, okay, it's a dud. You know, you could meet a woman today and she might say, oh yeah, well there's no love connection. There's no love connection, right? Baby girl, how can there be a love connection and you don't even know me? You don't even know me. You see what I'm saying? But that goes to show that microwave mentality, that everything has to be like quick, fast, and that fast food mentality, you know? See? And then when a man tries to what they used to call the thing courting or whatever, some word courting or whatever, when you used to like actually pursue a woman, right? Not stalk her. I'm not saying stalking, but this is what it's become. So nowadays, if you try to pursue a woman or to persuade a woman that, hey, you might want to take a second look because, you know, I know what I'm dealing with. You know what I mean? Like, give a brother a chance. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't shoot me down on the front line. You mean we haven't even so much as had a conversation. You understand what I'm saying? So you do that, and we both lose. We both lose. You see what I'm saying? You know, we both lose. You know, you have to open your eyes and stop the fuckery. You know what I mean? Really. Stop all of this cliche, stupid shit. You know what I mean? And let's get back to the basics, back to what's important. Because love has just been totally taken out of the equation. It's like, forget about love. I done had my share of love. I done did the love thing, and love ain't paid no bills, and love ain't got me nowhere, and love this, and like we hate love. We hate love. You know what I mean? And it shouldn't even be that way. You know, I'm just saying we gotta do better, you know, towards each other. We really do. You know what I mean? And this is not to scorn anyone or make anyone feel any particular way, but it's just to bring a light and an observation to, you know, this whole thing that, because I'm telling you, women have become very disrespectful out here. And men like every man like every man I know has the same issue. Like, and these are good dudes that work hard, take care of their responsibilities, take care of their children, spend time, all of these different things, and they get the most disrespect because women are in a mode of a mindset of disrespect. Like, this is the era to just disrespect a man. Women all out on the street cursing a man out. Shut up, sit down, move over there, get over there. Huh? You understand what I'm saying? Like, no, 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 no. Stop trying to tear down these men out here. You understand with your foolishness? Like, stop tearing down men. You need to be trying to build up a man, help to build a man. And I'm not saying you take a bum and you gotta go start from scratch and clean him up and do all of these things and do all of these things for him that he should have done years ago and all this. I'm not saying get all into that. You understand what I'm saying? But there's a lot of men who have great potential that are doing things and actually, because it's one thing to be like, I'm gonna do this, I'm willing to do this, then a person that you can see is actually doing what is necessary to move forward in life. That's the difference. That's the difference. You know what I mean? You know, when you see a man that because guess what? You can live lovely. You know what I mean? With if there's two decent incomes in a household or whatever, and there's money for extras, this, that, and the third. I say even, and you're not looking at it like this. Even if a man come in and he's able to take half of your load off your plate, right? You mad at that? You know what I'm saying? Like, when is enough enough? You're mad at that? Okay, he's able to come in, remove half of your problems or whatever, and now it freed you up in other ways, right? That's not good enough. You understand what I'm saying? That's not good enough. Because a man want to live too. Yeah, a man want to live good too. So why we can't live good together then? Tell me that. Why we can't live good together? That's all I want to know. Why we can't live good together. That's it.